Hey guys,
I'm Jaden.
I'm Nate.
Welcome to
The JNN Vlog, episode 1.
Today we're going to be going around. We're doing a photo shoot today, so we're just kind of filming our adventure. We're going around the Arlington downtown and UTA.
The UTA campus. So with that, see you in a second.
Stopped at QT to get our loot.
Oh yeah, got us some donuts. It might be difficult with the...
There we go. So now we're heading off to go get some pranks, some photos shot over the downtown Arlington area.
Hell yeah.
So the other day, right, I was walking
What's
on the
up,
street, and as we were walking on the street, I was
God, that
like,
sun's in my eyes.
"That's not a camel, that's my wife."
So random. No, but guys, we are attempting to find a place to take some pictures, one, and two, film a shot of us sitting down talking about some stuff and smoking. We might just talk about some personal stuff. We might talk about a little bit of business stuff we're trying to get done. But for the most part, this is just going to be a fun day. Martial arts supplies.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I'm gonna get into martial arts supplies with no food or drink.
we got our drinks with us.
Might be fair.
Just get over a little bit so I'm not in the sun.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. There we go. That's like perfect right there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Talking about. Let us know down in the comments if there's a specific video style y'all are wanting, or
Yeah, let us know in the comments if there's any topics y'all want us to talk about, anything y'all want us to film in particular. You know, we are all about our fans, so
I'll tell you.
well, that means should I cut it?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna cut it, guys.
Nate, why don't you tell me about your fit? I see you're wearing clothes.
Yeah.
Well, what's the story? Tell me about your fit, Nate. Tell me about the fit you're wearing today.
So, to be honest, I don't even remember where I got the shirt. I don't really remember where I got the shoes either. But I think
Those are some nice shoes.
They're Converse. I think I got them from the mall. The pants are Levi's. I got them from Walmart, actually, or not Levi's. Sorry, they're Polos. And then the chains. One chain is a stainless steel chain that I got from my dad, and then this one is a real silver chain that I got from the mall in at the Northeast Mall. I don't know what city that's in. I think it's in Bedford. Or
so you got the hat and glasses now.
The glasses I got from my girlfriend Jordan, and the hat. I can't remember where I got the hat. It came from one of two places. I either got it while I was in California, or I might have gotten it at the mall, but I really can't remember.
Nate's fit check complete.
Alright guys, so this is where we're gonna film our first picture, right here on these train tracks.
Trying to get a good visual of kind of what I'm trying to go for over here. Also, the wind picked up, so this hat is no longer useful.
Which we might do it down that way.
Down that way?
Yeah. Well, wait, the sun's right in my eyes. But let's take some pictures here real quick. Alright guys. So we're just kind of
Walking and talking.
get some shots of us walking and talking. Hell yeah. Hold on, let me since it won't be in the camera, there we go. That's like perfect right there.
One of my biggest issues with like a lot of cities, but especially this whole like downtown Arlington area, is just the lack of vegetation.
Yeah, true.
They tried, but there's a lot of concrete.
Yeah, that's true. True.
So it just gets really hot in areas like this.
Yeah, it does. Hey, do we need to push a button?
In bigger cities, like there's all these tall, huge buildings to add shade. There we go.
Okay.
But like in a smaller city like this, where they've completely fucked the landscape.
Yeah, real. I also hate those beeping noises, but that's just me. That's like such a random thing to hate, but like...
I just prefer jaywalking.
Now we're still looking for I mean we've gotten a couple pictures so far, but like we're kind of just scouting out the area, quite honestly. I mean that's kind of the whole purpose of a vlog.
Yeah. It's a really cool like pavilion area
coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. It's over there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's that big stage area. We're definitely gonna get one or two pictures over there.
And we'll probably film that for you guys. Film what the area looks like.
I know they do like live concerts over there, like free concerts every one day, or it's like twice a week, or
yeah.
I'm not really sure how often they do. They could be doing something over there now, but I don't think so. When we drove by it the first time, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a library. We should also check. Well, do you want to check out the library first, or do you want to check out the?
Well, let's go check out that area real quick.
Watch me wait. Watch me not vlog. I mean jaywalk. There we go.
Yeah, for real.
We need some of those ones that go right in the middle.
Yeah.
Japan ones.
Yeah, we could just do what you did. There's a car now. Too bad.
I have a feeling 3. There we go.
Well, you know what? That works.
It came on 3. Just like your mom. Now.
Alright. Should I? Oh, I can't do that on this. I can't flip it around while it's videoing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
We can always just like end the video and switch around.
True. We'll do that real quick.
So this is the little pavilion area, the chillin' spot. It's got a whole, if you wish to pause and read this whole thing, you can.
It's called the Friends of the Levitt Pavilion.
Of the what pavilion?
Levitt Pavilion.
Levitt?
It's like a park.
Yeah, no, it's just a cool little spot.
You know, Dean, we could probably do our scene right here.
Which scene?
Like where we're just smoking and talking.
Oh, true.
Oh, they have a whole setup, JD.
I know. They do. They put on like full shows here. Or I don't know if I can run and jump with this drink in my hand. You think you can run and jump up that?
Probably.
Do it.
Like without using my hands, or?
Yeah. You know, only
Hold on,
because you
let
said
me
that
measure.
though. Well, only because originally I was like, yeah, with your hands, but
Maybe. I might have to use a hand though.
sometimes it takes a hand to get the job done. Hands were used. All right, wait, I'm gonna jump up.
Hell yeah.
Break. Oops. That did not look as cool as it felt.
Hell yeah.
My band needs to perform up here sometimes.
For real.
Sometime very, very soon.
I think this place is free to perform on too, right?
Well, I don't know. I know they put on free shows over here.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my knowledge of the area. Have all that back there. I wonder if they keep the audio equipment back there. Probably. I wouldn't if I was the city. I'd keep it in like a stored building.
For real.
Or there might be like a there might be like a place behind those walls that like store all the audio equipment.
Yeah, true. Because look, cameras. Cameras!
You can do some research. No, it's too bright for that.
It's pretty bright. I'm gonna cut.
We're gonna take some.
Go.
We're gonna take some pictures over here, and then we're gonna move on.
Hell yeah. So Jaden, hold on. What is your fit? Where'd you get everything?
So, It's called thrifting, baby.
Hell yeah.
So I thrifted these boots. They're about $13, both of them.
They look good.
Yeah, they are. I don't know what they are besides the fact that I thrifted them. And then I also thrifted these pants, which are actually small, but they're so comfortable. They're one of the most comfortable pair of pants you'll ever wear in your entire life. And so, like, they're small on me, but they're so comfortable that they don't feel small on me. If y'all know what I mean. And then this shirt. So I was actually doing an acting gig yesterday.
Hell yeah.
A bunch of props and just like clothes and stuff. And the director was like, "I don't want to keep this shit." And I was like, "I'll take it." And so I took this shirt and this hat, and then these
Yeah, the sunglasses,
these
the hat.
sunglasses were bought for me by my sister. So these are actually pretty nice sunglasses. I've never seen like a white pair of radiators, right?
Yeah, aviators.
Aviator.
No, but they look sick.
Yeah, so that's the fit check. The Jaden.
Hey, Jaden, where'd you get your beard?
My beard? Oh, so
I'm mostly playing with you, but like.
Well, no, it's fucking.
But I like how you style it though.
Beard oil, guys. Beard oil. If you listen, if any of y'all are trying to build, let's say any of y'all have bad acne, and you're trying to like build a beard. I had some of the worst acne. Nate, you remember how bad my acne used
I
to
do.
be?
I do.
It used to be so bad. Fucking, the only difference between my face and volcanoes were fucking nothing.
Oh my god.
Eruptions happening all over my face. These massive boils. And a lot of times we get acne because we strip the oils off of our face.
Yeah.
And then right after we take a shower, and then all the new oils that come into the pores that just got freshly opened up. So use beard oil, a couple drops of beard oil right after you take a shower. Every time you'll re-oil the hair on your face, and you'll get rid of your acne real fast. That's why I don't have really bad acne anymore. But if like,
Hell
I
yeah.
do have like a lot of like acne scars from when I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, beard oil, guys. And also another tip about beard oil: smell it before you buy it, because you're gonna be wearing that shit all the time, and y'all have a specific preference. Build that preference. Open it up when you're in the store. Smell it. See if you like it. Don't get it if you don't like it, because you're gonna be wearing it all the time.
Real.
Before we go to the library.
Yeah. So we just saw a yellow cab, right? And Jaden asked me, "How often do you see yellow cabs?" And I was kind of like, you know what? I like never. And you know the reason behind that is really Uber and Lyft. They've kind of taken the place of cabs.
Now we don't live in like. Neither of us live in like a huge city.
Yeah, for
But
real.
like even when we're in like Fort Worth or Dallas, which are some of the bigger cities in America, really, we don't really see like yellow cabs very much anymore.
Really, and not that we like go to the library, or not the library, the airport.
Speaking
very
of which,
often. But
we're at the library.
But like you really only see cabs at like the fucking airport, and even then, you know.
I think this mirror place. I don't think I've ever been in here before.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually, low key.
Music video.
Yo, Jaden, turn around. Yo, guys, take a look at this shit. Look at this.
This is trippy.
So we're gonna film this, and we're just gonna kind of walk in it backwards. Yo, trippy.
I feel like the trippiest part about this. So like look at me through. Say where you are. From right here.
Yeah.
Like, you can still see me, but like it's just trippy as hell.
Yeah. No, I like it.
We're gonna get a couple pictures in here for sure.
Let's finish the.
Let's finish the rotation.
It's like an S shape. Oh yeah. All right, guys.
We're gonna go into the library and show y'all a little bit about the Arlington Library. We're gonna keep it way down. Then we're gonna show you the skyline from all the way up there.
Yeah, right up there. With that being said, let's get it, guys. So this is the view from up here, guys. We were just down there.
It's like the most part.
Those are probably kind of expensive.
How much do you think those apartments are?
Alright guys, we have to be extremely quiet. Let's go away from the desk. Jade, stay in the camera. Yo,
So now we're over near the library. Or no, stop it. We're near UTA, the UTA campus. We're gonna take some.
Jaden, let's get out of this car's way.
Shit. We're gonna take some sick pictures. We're gonna get some pranks in. And yeah.
All right, we are live. Okay, that's good. That's perfect right there. Let's talk about our goals for the channel, where we want to see ourselves in 3 months.
Well, this is the podcast where we're talking about a significant amount of progress, a significant amount of things. Do you think we could do 3,000 subscribers in the next 3 months?
I think we can.
We just got to make a game plan for it.
You know, like we've said in all of our videos, guys. Well, it's going to be changing, but like we haven't done, up until this point, we haven't done any ads or anything. It's all been by word of mouth,
which we appreciate y'all spreading the good word of the JNN podcast.
Yeah, honestly. You know, we're just, I don't know any other way to say it. We're just two guys. We're going to be successful in life, and this is one of our attempts at it. And so that's kind of our goal, is 3,000 followers in the next 6 months. 3 months, not 6 months, 3 months. What would be even better is if y'all could help us get us to 5,000 followers in the next 3 months.
Now, how do you get from, this would be funny looking back in 3 months to see if we've reached this goal or not, but how do you get from, well, we're at 22 subscribers right now?
All right, 22. Well, like, okay, here's what I'll say to the viewers watching this. We are going to do some advertising, but the bare minimum just to get us off the ground, because this is growing rather slow, and we need that little bit of boost until we start getting followers from our views naturally. But that's where y'all come in.
Now, and as we're growing this audience, if y'all have specific local issues, because, you know, both of us live in the DFW area, and I'm assuming most of our audience will also live in the DFW area, although we'll cover world topics too, of course, and you know, general United States topics.
I think our viewers are actually all over the United States.
Really? Well, if y'all have specific things, y'all are like, hey, look, there's this problem, right? Or there's this issue with what are the common one? Like a really common issue, and something I think we're going to talk about a lot, is the fucking United States water supply. We are a fucking first world country. There is no goddamn reason we shouldn't have clean water.
Yeah.
There is no fucking reason we shouldn't have clean water.
And in so many places in America, there's this, it's called hard water, and it's so bad for you.
Is it bad for you though?
Hard water is really bad for you.
I did not know that.
Oh, okay. Over a really long period of time.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, and it's not just like hard water; it's just like unsafe or like dirty water. I used to date this girl over in Greenville, and I remember like their water being brown, and it was the public water. Like that was the water the city was sending to them. It was fucking cringe as fuck. And I remember when I first moved into Arlington. The water smelled like fish, like fucking actual fish. Have you ever like been somewhere and then the water supply like
smelled fishy
No,
as fuck?
but I've had water that just didn't taste right. But
Yeah.
I guess pretty much what we're saying is, or let me put it to y'all in the way of a question. I guess, what topics would y'all like to see us talk about? Drop a comment down below and let us know, and we will do our best to talk about that topic for y'all.
Yeah.
Or
Especially
if y'all just
'cause-
have any, comments in general.
Yeah, and especially with like how small our audience is going to be for a while. Even if we do, when we get to a couple thousand, we're still going to have a pretty fucking small audience. We having y'all reach out and be like, hey, these are some of the like issues of like this college campus or this city or this specific thing, and we'll review them and we'll do research on the topics, and we'll make a podcast about it. We'll try to raise awareness about the issues. Actually, the next, I don't know when this is coming out compared to the other videos we've already filmed, but the next video that's coming out is over police corruption.
Yeah. Police corruption, like the most common types of police corruption.
That's fucked, dude.
There's also a couple different terms we're gonna specifically be going over. Which one are you going over again?
I'm going over civil forfeiture.
And I'm gonna be going over qualified immunity.
There we go. Cool.
And then
well, definitely one of the issues that, like, I'm an Eagle Scout. Like I was doing Boy Scouting for years and years of my life.
yeah.
Also, comment down below what you'll think of our candle setup, because I'm just gonna jump into this story real quick.
Yeah. Bet.
So we were intending to film this in this spot during the day, but I lost my wallet during the photo shoot earlier, and we spent the last like 2 hours just going all over the downtown Arlington area just looking for that. And also we're going to be releasing that photo shoot tomorrow. Today is Monday.
Specifically, obviously this video that we're doing right now is obviously part of that video, but more specifically is the photo shoot is going to be released on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And you can find that in if you go to our page here on YouTube, it's in the bio.
But now, I just lost my wallet again. It's not my first time losing my wallet either. That is, me and my wallet, I guess, maybe me and my wallet need to sit down and have a talk, because it keeps running away from me. I've lost, I need to do more research on banking in general, because setting up business banks is something that we're going to be doing for this channel, and then for my band, it's something that we're going to be doing. So it's something I need to research on. But Frost Bank, man, if any members, if the CEO of Frost sees this and is feeling like sending us a couple $1 million, this is, by the way, this is not sponsored, but again, if you work for Frost and you feel like, oh, I love these guys for specifically this guy, we're talking about how much he likes the Frost Bank, if I can send over $1 million, I will not stop you, I swear. But no, every single time I lose my wallet, I just fucking go over to or my card. I lose my card a lot. I go over to Frost and they're like, here you go, here's a new card, and they do it for free. And the people that work at like the local Frost like branches have always been like super nice, and never have tried to get me to like do anything I didn't want to do. They've always given me like refreshments and shit. But again, I've not been to enough banks to really know. Hold on, guys. My little sister just came out. Scarlett, go inside. No. Go. Dad made some food a little while ago. Go ask him for that. He should be in his room.
Let's talk about let's talk about 6 months goals, and then let's kind of talk about, I guess where we're wanting to see ourselves money wise.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. For me, it's more like getting the audience before even thinking about the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think, to our viewers that are listening to this, we're trying to be really aggressive about this. We're trying to grow our following super quick. We kind of, we know this is, and I'm going to mention a name here, and I know this is nowhere near like this podcast, but in the future, we want to kind of have a podcast kind of like Joe Rogan. But like, I think in the next 6 months, personally, I would like to see us at 100,000 followers. I think that is totally doable. Is it going to take a lot of work? Yes. What about you, Jaden?
Where will we be in the next 6 months? A good question.
Or where would you like to see us?
$30,000 followers. I like where you're highballing, or maybe that's not highballing, but I think 30,000 is the goal that I'm aiming for in the next 6 months, and how I've always accomplished a task, and this is a task neither of us has really accomplished before. But how I go about, how I will go about this is writing, like a game plan, what our goals are. And speaking of which, I do this with everything. When it comes to promotion for my band, when it comes to trying to start businesses, what I did for my Eagle project, which, by the way, if any of y'all are in Boy Scouts Eagle projects, don't wait to start your Eagle project for your last year in Boy Scouts. It is fucking hell if you do that. But
30,000.
Yeah, write down your goals beforehand.
Yeah.
Write down what
It's
you're
super
trying
helpful
to accomplish, and because if you know what your goals are, then when you're writing your plan, you can incorporate those goals. Because a lot of times you can write a plan out, and whether that plan works, because generally no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Excuse me.
But generally, if you don't write out your goals beforehand, then when you're writing out your plans and stuff, you're not going to be able to incorporate your goals the way you had envisioned them. Like your plan will take on a life of its own, which can be helpful if you're just trying to if you just need to write out a plan. I wonder if that's a bug zapper we're hearing over there.
I think it is.
I've never heard a bug zapper before.
I think that's exactly what that is. But
yeah, we got just talk about our setup real quick. We have these like chandelier lights. There's this low hanging chandelier in one of my room, one of the dining room that does not need to be there at all, and it's low enough for everybody to hit their head on. It's specifically me because I'm a tall boy, but literally anybody walking in that room is gonna whack their head on it really hard. And for me, if I can see it if I'm standing up straight, a lot of people though, it's like they can't see it, and so they just end up slamming their heads against it. So I also put on big house shows in this house, and I was like, Dad, we gotta fucking remove this. This is a fucking danger. And so we did, and then I took those lanterns, and we had these candles, and we just put the lanterns on each candle. And this particular candle was the one of them. I actually made this particular candle. It's super bright. This candle is not for home use. Now, this is the kind of candle that you throw into somebody's window if you're trying to do them harm, which I do not recommend or support.
Yeah,
so we're just using this and it's illuminating everything pretty good. But no, so
our next episode that's coming out is about police corruption, and then we were talking about the one after that, so that would be next week's.
yeah, and what we're trying to do with that one, so you know what? Let me pull up the kind of topics I kind of want to go over.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize my flashlight was on. It's on because I was looking for my wallet earlier.
Also, we will be having guests on our podcast. I already have one guy that's going to be a guest, but we'll have to figure out the right topic for that day, and that's probably going to be a few weeks out, maybe a month or two.
Yeah, yeah. There's also like something.
We also might do it at the library, quite honestly. Just a thought.
The library is a cool place to do it at. Here, let me pull up this. Let me pull up the topic list. Yeah, I hear that bug zapper going again. Smart they got that, especially as the summer's coming up. There we go. So here's some of the ones that we're going to be talking about. We're going to go over Hollywood. And I'm not saying all of these. It's just a couple of them that come off of mind. The Dallas-Fort Worth entertainment industry, local stock trading, like what kind of stocks are happening in our area right now, and what kind of stocks can y'all get invested in right now. Investing for dummies. So basically, like, what does it take to invest for somebody who has no idea what investing looks like? And you've done some investing before,
I have.
What does that look like to you before I go?
It's it's mainly looking at a company's fundamentals and making sure that the company has like a strong balance and income sheet, seeing where the stock has been in the last couple of years, to try and give you a good indication of where it's going.
What kind of or if you don't mind talking about it on the podcast, what kind of companies have you invested in?
What kind of what?
What kind of places have you invested in?
Oh, I've invested in Bitcoin. I've invested in Dogecoin. I've invested in Coca-Cola. I've invested in.
Sounds like a good one to invest in.
Verizon. I've invested in. I feel like I'm missing a bunch. I was investing with a real estate. What are they called? REIT. But I got out of that. The things I'd like to invest in, however, and that I'm going to as soon as I can, is real estate. Specifically real estate, gold and silver, and if Bitcoin goes down again, I'm gonna get back into Bitcoin. I made a little bit of money off of Bitcoin, actually.
Weren't you saying something about you thinking that Bitcoin's gonna drop pretty soon? Or what?
It's really hard to say, and I don't want to I'm not saying this for sure. Here's what I do think. I think that the Feds have been talking about cutting rates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, last month inflation was a little hotter than expected. So I don't think the Fed is going to cut rates until late summer or closer to the fall, end of year. My personal view is that, and you can take it however you will, but my personal view is that Bitcoin is going to continue to either stay flat or be on a downhill trajectory until the Feds cut rates. And I personally feel like when the Feds cut rates, Bitcoin is going to shoot up. And people that have Bitcoin are going to become very wealthy. But that's just my personal view.
Why do you think it's going to shoot up?
I feel like when rates are cut, the housing market is going to skyrocket like crazy. And this isn't for every asset class, but in general, when one asset class goes up, they all tend to go up. Like I said, that's not for everything. I'm saying in a very broad, general sense.
I mean, specifically, specifically with the housing market, if the housing market goes up, everything else goes up. Because like, how do you stimulate an economy? Like how as a government body, right? Like me and Nate are running the United States of America. How do we get, and just like how has historically the government got the economy to go through what's the word for it? There's like a specific word
Not
for
a
the economy
recession.
going up.
Oh,
Or I guess increased inflation.
no.
Or just how do you stimulate the economy, right? It's the housing market, because when you're building houses, you're paying for tree timber. You're paying for lighting. Like there's so much that goes into the building of homes that it stimulates the rest of the economy.
Technically speaking, the way that the economy is stimulated is actually by cutting taxes.
Well,
Because here's the thing.
you can stimulate the
What
economy.
what happens when you cut taxes? You
Well,
have more
everybody has
money.
more
You
money.
have more money, right?
Yeah.
And for the majority of people, what happens when they have more money? They go spend it.
Yeah, especially at the lower consumer level, which we are right now. Yeah, I mean, like, you have more money, you're gonna go. For me, I'm gonna go buy some extra guitar gadgets. I'm gonna fucking go get some guitar strings and picks and.
The other thing that tends to happen, and I'm not gonna, I can't give specifics because I'm not gonna claim to be a know-it-all. But what I've noticed generally is that the government makes things easier for businesses.
True.
And it's not just personal people's taxes getting cut; it's also business tax getting cut. But that's just what I have to say about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm getting a call. Oh, let's pause this for just a second.
Okay. All right, so we are back. We were talking about like how an economy gets stimulated.
Yeah. And I mean, you can stimulate an economy. I mean, yeah, you can stimulate. The economy in the short term will absolutely get stimulated by a cut of taxes.
But there's something else that the government does, and I can't think of it for some reason. That they do to.
Well, I mean, it's definitely stimulate the housing economy. That's like something that they if you want to stimulate an economy, that's like economics 101 is stimulate the housing market, build more homes. But also, so let me keep reading through the list of topics that we want to talk about in the future. Junk bonds. I guess I'm gonna keep reading, but I want to talk about junk bonds for a second too. So, junk bonds and bonds in general. We're gonna talk about the housing market in the Fort Worth area and the Dallas area, but also over the entire United States. The criminal activity in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah, there's a there's a lot of
That's
activity.
gonna be a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
The loss of stupid, we've already talked about that. Police corruption. See, one of the things I don't see the thing we're going to be talking about. Oh, it was the first one. We're going to talk about the impact we have on the animals in the DFW area. There's like 150 years ago, the majority of all of this didn't exist. At all.
We've kind of taken over.
We've taken over, and there used to be like a big animal population here, and there's not anymore. What happened to that? And how can we as a society move forward to minimize the impact on this is like the animals that used to live here, the natural biome that we've completely said fuck you to the natural environment and just taken over.
Just on a personal note here, and I know there's a lot more to it than just this, but I think as from our local society standpoint, I think what has happened is I think what's kind of happened is
you want to replace this can? I feel like that might be brighter if we switch these around. Oh wait, that just got off then.
yeah, air. But I think from a local society standpoint, I think what's happened is as we've expanded and expanded, I think we've slowly driven the animals away or exterminated them through building and stuff. But like I said, there's a lot more to it than just that.
Yeah, and we're gonna spend a podcast. We might have a conservation, like, of somebody who has made it their life work, like, on that podcast. Especially for right now, or in the future, we plan to do significantly more longer podcasts with guests on, and like more in detailed podcasts.
Like this specific vlog is going to be about an hour,
Yeah.
but that's not going to be a regular thing probably for like another 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
With junk bonds, right? Let's talk about junk bonds for just a second, because
I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know a little bit.
Well, let's talk about what bonds are in general, and then we'll talk about junk bonds. Because junk bonds are really interesting, but I guess let's talk about bonds. So how, me and as an example, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use just me and Nate as an example, but you'll hear what I'm going with.
Yeah.
So I'm opening up a lighter store, right? It's called Lighter Mart.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
And I'm needing, I need to get money, right? To sponsor the growth. I'm trying to open up a couple more stores of Lighter Mart. And so how do I get money? And one of the ways that, the U.S. does this, like France does this, like every major country
And there are
sells bonds.
like you said, getting the money to open these stores. There are multiple ways to do that. Bonds is just one way.
True.
But sorry, continue.
So what a bond is basically, it's like I say, Nate, and this is something we don't know a whole ton about. So we're gonna do research and we're gonna make a podcast about bonds in general. But junk bonds, I'll get to junk bonds in just a second. So what a bond is basically it's a loan, but it's a loan from me to Nate. So Nate, he's wanting to buy some bonds.
I'm the investor.
He's the investor, and so he buys a bond from me. And what that is basically he's giving me his money. In return, I say that in a certain amount of time, I'm going to give his money back with interest. And there are levels of bonds, and the more unlikely it is for you to get your money back, I guess the worse the level of bond it is, and
the higher the interest.
Yes, higher the interest. So
junk bonds have extremely low return rates, but super high interest rates. Meaning, if your bond does get repaid, you've made a lot of money.
And something me and Nate we're planning on doing is we're going to do some live investing on junk bonds. So probably for that episode we'll have it over a couple days. We'll we'll talk about junk bonds for a second, we'll invest, and then we'll come back and we'll look to see how that junk bond did, because generally they don't do well. Because
unless you're buying like A-rated.
Yeah, no,
good bonds.
Yeah,
we're
bonds,
talking about junk bonds here.
And because you can make a lot of money through junk bonds, but let's say Lighter Mart is my Lighter Mart stores generally go under really quickly, and I'm not known for repaying the bonds that get bought from me. Then they would be considered by the federal government a junk bond, and so I would need to basically, how do I get Nate to still buy my bond because he knows that I'm not going to, he knows there's a high chance that I'm not going to be able to pay him back. So what I do is I just make the interest rate really high. So if he does get it back, then he's going to make a lot more money off of the investment. But if he doesn't get it back, well, then he just lost his money.
Yep, exactly.
And so that's one of the topics.
And that's always a risk in investing. Is there's always the potential to lose money.
Yeah.
And
that's always a risk. Even with good, especially with how the economy is right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is almost out.
And Warren Buffett has this
Gives you
saying.
some oxygen
He has
in
2
there.
rules. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, always follow rule number 1. Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure that's
Those are some good rules to follow right there.
Hell yeah.
I don't like losing money.
I don't
for-
either.
That's for sure.
I hate losing money.
No.
Real.
No. Losing money bad. And, a part of this, a part of what we're trying to accomplish on this podcast, me and Nate, are, and why don't we also talk about kind of how me and Nate met, how we kind of got to this point.
I have another topic I want to talk to you about, but once we're done talking about that, it's completely random.
I was just talking about, before I just went on that side tangent, it was one of the things we're trying to accomplish on this podcast is as we're investing and making money and doing research on these topics, we're not only trying to inform our audience, so y'all, but we're also trying to, as we're making money, give y'all tips on how to do that. Because right now, we're at ground zero, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we're hoping we're going to make it. We're going to make it to ground 6,900, right? And we want to have our success documented for y'all.
Exactly. Because, like he said, kind of going off of that, we're at pretty much at ground zero, and we'd like to document our success when we become successful and how we got there. And I'm even gonna add something on, and this is something I've said on my lives and my TikTok and stuff. Whenever I become successful, whenever you become successful, there's so many gurus out there that sell courses on, do this and this and this to become wealthy. And yes, they do work.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. But they charge so much just to get those courses. I want to make a completely free course. And the other thing is a lot of people, and I'm speaking in a very broad sense here, but a lot of people don't have the monetary means to invest in certain things that will make them wealthy.
God, we don't even have the monetary means to live.
One other thing that personally I would like to do is, once I make it, is I would like to make a finance company that gives loans out to people that want to invest but can't, and make the loans super cheap with super low interest so that it's easy to pay it back, and then they have wealth, pretty much.
I think a big problem in America is the lack of knowledge on how to be successful. Because, I guess talk about generational wealth, which is something that my family absolutely doesn't have.
I would even say mine now at this point.
Yeah. Is a lot of that wealth, like I guess generational wealth, it's not coming from wealthy families. It's coming from the fact that they've succeeded to a point and they're able to pass on how they succeeded to their children. They're able to educate their children on how to act and be successful. And I mean, it sure as fucking hell is possible to be successful without that. But that's really helpful. It's really helpful to know what to do and what not to do.
For real. Yeah.
What was that other topic you were talking? You said there was a.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. So Jaden, I have a proposal.
All right.
And I guess once again, guys, drop a comment if y'all want to see us do this. Jaden, what would you think about me and you? And we would have to plan this out, okay, guys? We'd have to plan this out. We'd have to take a couple days off from everything. Work, music, my content. But what would y'all think about, and what would you think about, Jaden, about me and you taking a trip somewhere and vlogging.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
I'm talking like I'm talking like out of state, like or even in state. Like it could be to like the coast or like Florida or like Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you know, what do y'all think?
Drop
a
on the
comment.
comments what place you'd like to see me and Nate go to.
Yeah, that is a question for our audience. Like ideas.
Yeah. Trying to think here. Because like, to be straight, I haven't really had that much desire to leave the United States.
Well, I mean more like a
Just
different
in,
state.
Just
yeah.
in general, yeah. But like, I'd like to. It'd be cool. At the very least,
Hell yeah.
to go and travel around. One of the things I want to do on this podcast is bring in foreign bands, because like I'm a professional musician and I meet a lot of different bands.
Yeah.
But as like as guest speakers, especially bands that are successful, like in the music industry, which is something we will also be talking about on this podcast.
Yeah, for real.
A lot of the music industry. Also, if you're in a band and you'd like to be featured on this podcast, why don't you just leave a comment below, right? We'll see if we'll get to you. But like, fucking leave a comment down below, and if y'all have some stuff coming out, or an EP or an album that you're about to drop, and you want to get some interviews or like someone to interview y'all, fucking leave a comment, right? We'll get to you. Also, we have an email. Is our email in our bio?
I don't think so. Not yet.
We'll put
We will work on
it. It will
that.
be on there. So check in our bio, and if y'all are wanting like something more official, go ahead and email us, and we'll start an email chain. With
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if y'all,
you know how a lot of YouTubers do it? They'll say like email us for business inquiries. Now the big channels charge money, but we're not gonna do that. At least not starting out.
No, not
for a while.
I don't see that happening
For like a year or two.
Yeah, for about a year. Yeah, especially as we get bigger. If y'all wanted a shout out, just fucking shout out.
You know, and another thing is, you know, once we start getting a lot of followers, you know, if you have a YouTube channel and you would like it to be shouted out on our podcast, I think we'd be more than willing to do that.
Yeah. Email us. Our email will be in our bio.
Yeah.
And we will shout y'all out.
Hell yeah.
Something else that I wanted to go, I guess, another like topic that we want to go over specifically is the skateboarding scene. Because I do skateboard, but I'm not super connected with the people that are professionally skateboarding out there.
Yeah.
Especially in the local Arlington DFW. Because if there's one thing I've learned recently, or not even recently, just over time and being in the music industry, is that there's a lot of different scenes. And it's kind of hard to know about them unless you're in them already. Like, as an example, with the music scene that I'm currently in. Well, on a more broad sense, there's kind of two main groups. And the first one is bar bands. And they're... You can find most of those bands on Facebook, specifically because a lot of them are older.
Yeah.
And those are the bands that make money, because they're playing at bars and the bars are paying them, and the bars are generally paying them a lot if people are bringing people out. And then there's the other kind of band, and those bands are the bands that are only playing original music. They're playing at punk shows, and they're generally in smaller groups, smaller scenes. For instance, the scene that I'm in is the Denton scene, mainly. And the Denton music scene translates like... It's a big scene. It's not just in Denton. But, like, the bands in Denton are the bands that I play with. But I also know that there's a huge rave scene in Fort Worth and Dallas. And in Dallas, I know there's a really big like I know there's a really big metal scene. I know there's a really big metalcore scene. Actually, a bigger metalcore scene than there is a metal scene, I think. But if I'm wrong, well, got him, I guess. I know there's a hyperpop scene. They're a really big. Shout out, Audria is Rose. I love your music. Just another smaller artist out there. I mean, she's actually not smaller. She's gotten bigger at this point. But when I started listening to her, she was a bit smaller. But I just know there's a bunch of scenes out there, and I wouldn't have known about any of them unless I was looking for them actively over the last 3 years. So I know there's other groups out there with scenes that the main populace doesn't know about, and it'd be cool to shine some light on some of those niche scenes. I'm not just talking about music scenes, right? I'm talking about the underground Arlington boxing scene. I know y'all are out there. I know y'all exist.
True. Which speaking of, the guy that is wanting to do an episode with us, I'm not sure if he's in the underground boxing scene, but he is in boxing.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but I'd actually like to take some boxing with him. And maybe we could even document that, because the thing is, guys, I have a background in martial arts. I love it. I've not trying to sound cocky here, but I'm naturally good at it. I'm really good at it.
This guy's pretty good.
And I think that might be interesting to document.
Yeah, I'm not very good at fighting as it is right now. If any of y'all are like, I bet I could take that guy on. Well, you're probably right. So at least right now, I'm a big dude. I look scary, but I don't know how to fight. I know how to sword fight.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty good sword fighter. I've been sword fighting my whole life, but if you're wanting to like fist fight me, then I'm just gonna run and go hide.
and eventually, guys, y'all have seen our setup, but like eventually, our setup is pretty good right now. But in the future, as we start making money, we're gonna be reinvesting it into the channel, buying super good equipment and everything, and eventually we're gonna have a setup that looks super nice.
It is the goal.
Hell yeah. Like I said, Joe Rogan type goal. So
please comment down below any like people that you think would be interesting for us to interview, because we'll definitely do interviews.
I mean, eventually we'll get to the point where we have enough followers that will have enough, quote, credibility to have bigger names on our podcast, since we'll have more clout. I think, maybe we should come up with a list of people that we'd like to have on our podcast.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt to make that list, even if some of them are a little bit too high profile.
Yeah,
right now.
true.
One of the people I'd really like to interview, but I don't. I would love to, and I'd love to share a stage with them personally. And they're my idols. They're PUP, stands for Pathetic Use for Potential, and they're the band that me and my sister mainly me and my sister grew up listening to. I had this really just not good friend at the time, and he one of the good things he did for me was show me the band PUP, I've been but yeah, we should make a list of just like people we're trying to interview.
Yeah, real.
I know there's this one band that will be releasing an EP fairly soon, and they're called Sears Street. Shout out Sears Street. They're actually working on a music video right now over in Dallas. They've been shooting that same music video for the last 3 weeks, so I'm excited for it to come out. But I believe the EP is going to be called Stratafuck.
Okay.
It's a very, very angry EP.
Hell yeah.
But no, it's not just music people. Like I was saying with the skateboarding thing, I want to get local, smaller groups just interviewed,
Yeah. Also, one other thing, guys, like Jaden has been mentioning, he's a professional musician. He has a band called the Apes in June. He also happens to have a song out on Spotify called Rub Salt in the Wounds. Y'all should go check it out. give his band a follow, and listen to the song. It's a really amazing song.
I appreciate that. We're actually recording an EP, or we've already recorded the EP. It's currently being mixed right now. It's called The Bend, and the first song on the EP is a re-recorded and envisioned song of the song we currently have out on Spotify. Again, with the Apes in June.
Hell
And
yeah.
if you're looking for some fitness motivation, check out my boys' personal YouTube channels and Instagrams and TikToks.
I'll link my stuff in the comments below, and I'll link your band as well.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll link his band's YouTube and their name, of course.
Yeah. I think we're about.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for listening to this this vlog. We hope it was entertaining, gave y'all some insights about what we're trying to do here with the JNN podcast.
If you made it towards the end, you are a true gamer. Don't let anybody say you're not a gamer. Even if you don't play video games, you are a true gamer here. And
of course, like we said, at least we're not going to be doing just the bare minimum advertising. The main way that this is going to spread is through word of mouth. So if y'all don't mind giving us a follow, dropping a comment below. We asked several questions throughout the podcast for y'all to answer if y'all are willing. But more than that, just mention us to your friends, show us to your friends, your family. That'll really help us get the word out about this podcast.
if you like the video, give it a like, a thumbs up. Oh yeah, same thing. A like, hit that bell and subscribe. And if you hated the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe and throw that bell on there so you can see more awesome content. And until next time.
Hell yeah. This is the JNN podcast. Out.